revise level 1 and then also give you level 2 so that each one of you can become better. Practice this on an everyday basis. I would request Anika ma'am to please take on this module. Before I help, before we have Anika ma'am to take up this module. I'd like to actually help you to understand this concept that you are not here just for yourself. Please make a note of this now. You are not here just for yourself. You are here for your family. You are here for your social friends, social circle. You're here for your colleagues. You are also here representing your organization, which means all these modules which we are doing with you, we would request each one of you to please conduct these modules with your kids, with your family, with your colleagues, with your friends, whosoever needs whatsoever. You are supposed to deliver this to them. You are supposed to get this concept of becoming a coach in yourself to help others also. You learn something, deliver it to somebody else, because that's the bigger person. And we want to look after and help you to become this bigger person within yourself. So get out of this circle of personal, I, me, myself, personal perspective, and get out of this concept that you are here to become a big person. You're not just merely here for, bettering your personality base. You are here to become a big person. That should be your outlook. And with that, when you learn, life is different. So please make sure everybody participates at this angle and you will see tremendous change in you. But if you're just here for yourself, then we don't bother. You're just here for yourself. That's a small being. You take yourself granted the most. Nobody else does. We take ourselves granted. So please make sure that you do utilize these modules with everybody. May I invite Anika Datta to please take up this module for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Hi, everybody. So this is module number 2, where we talk about the 3R Focus Builder system. First, let me ask you something. How often do you catch yourself, listening to someone, but your mind goes somewhere else? You're thinking about what you're going to say next, what's on your to-do list, right? That's the reality that we live in, unfortunately, because we're surrounded by so much information, so much distraction in our lives. And yet, if you observe high performers, leaders, one thing is definitely common, is their ability to focus, okay? So that's why we say that focus is your personality superpower. To learn any other skill, you first need to have the skill of focus. So first, let's look at the other side. What happens when we don't have focus, right? When focus is missing, you actually tend to miss opportunities because your mind's really scattered. In critical situations, you might take your time to respond, you respond slowly. And whatever you're experiencing, you don't retain a lot. So these gaps show up very clearly in your professional life. But on the other side, if you do have focus, you will always be in the development zone. Meaning, in meetings, you're going to catch things that other people miss. In conversations, you're actually going to listen before responding, making your presence impactful. When you're learning something new, you're not just hearing, because you're retaining and applying at the same time. In negotiations, in hard situations, you don't get reactive, because you can stay steady and composed because you're in focus. That's the difference that we're going to be talking about. So how do you train this ability? We've already given you level 1, right? Let's practice that together. So everybody, please show me your index finger. Very good. Now we'll do this at a very slow pace. First, we need to understand how to do it and what comes after what. So, touch your head and say head. It's very important to speak the body part. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Okay, now let's do it on the other side, shall we? Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Okay, so now it's kind of setting in. Let's take this to a medium pace. Okay, now you're starting to build your focus. Let's start. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Other side. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Now we do it at a fast pace to really get the focus going. Alright, let's do it together. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. See, even I'm fumbling a little bit, I'm still getting in focus. Point is, this is called 3R Focus Builder. What does this 3R stand for? It stands for receptiveness, which is staying alert because your body and speech are getting coordinated, right? The second is responsiveness, because see, we're also switching sides. You're doing right side and then left side. You're doing different paces. This is sharpening your quick adaptation ability. And the third R is retention. Forward and level 2 will make you retain things very well, strengthen your memory and recall under pressure. Shall we do level 2 then? This time we're going to go backwards. Okay, so shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Let's do it together. Very slow pace first. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Very good. Other side. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Okay, well done. Now let's do it at a medium pace. It'll be a little bit hard, but we can do it together. Let's start. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. That was a little hard for me as well, but the last one, which is the fast pace, is going to be even harder. Okay, this will really get you in focus. And when you practice both level 1 and level 2 together, before a meeting, before a presentation, you are grounding yourself. You're getting yourself in focus. So let's start. Last one, fast pace. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Wonderful. Now why this works is because this is not just, a brain exercise. You're also engaging your body. So you're not just thinking passively, you're involving yourself, you're creating active focus, not passive focus. Okay? So let's bring it back to the bigger picture. What do we take away from this? Focus is not something that you either have or you don't have, right? It's a muscle. Like any other muscle, you need to build it. You can train it. So this little exercise I want you to practice every day for the next week and see how that builds up your focus. Okay? Practice it regularly and you will notice yourself becoming sharper, more active, responding properly in situations. In other words, you will be training your personality's superpower. Shall we do this again, sir? Do you think they got it?
Let's do this once again. May I take this forward in this manner today?
Of course, sir.
And also be able to work on my focus as well.
Absolutely.
Right, my dear friends. Index finger, level 1. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Other side. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Second time, slightly faster. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Third time, fast. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Other side. Head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. Reverse it. Level 2. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Medium pace. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Fastest. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Shoulder, neck, ear, cheek, chin, nose, head. Slow pace, medium pace, fast pace. That's how you speak as well. And you know what? The brain has to maneuver itself going one step ahead of when you are speaking. What's the next thought? What's the next word? Head. Now the brain is already thinking nose. You touch the nose, brain is already thinking, oh, I've got to next go and touch the chin. So this is your ability to gain focus faster so that you are physically in the presence, you're emotionally in the presence and mentally in the presence. Otherwise, what happens? We're just in the physical presence, mentally we're somewhere else, our emotions are somewhere else, and that's what creates a lot of chaos. So please make sure, as leaders of your team, as team members of your team, you do this activity so that everybody's aligned at the same level and everybody's able to then align and also put their responses at the same level to create a lot of growth and success for your organization and for your mission. Thank you, Anika ma'am, for this amazing activity. Moving on to our next activity. Did you like it? Yes, please. Did you love it? Question has to be there. How do you find it? It's good. Are you going to use it? Well, yes, you have to. And you're exactly present. So with that said, it's a promise. So hand in hand, assured promise. All right. We'll also revise these modules tomorrow so that each one of you can understand this. All right, my dear friends, so we move into another important concept, which is speech clarity improvement system, level 1 and level 2. We're going to start with this tongue twister, which we have all grown up with mostly. And we are also doing, through this activity, we're also taking up the difficult letters of the alphabet, which to the English dialect sound difficult for pronunciation. So we're going to start with this one. We've all grown up with this one. She sells seashells on the seashores. Now, if I have to speak this 5 times, I'll do this comfortable pace. I'll not rush into it, but you'll see, there'll be a lot of resistance, there'll be a lot of friction in my speaking here. But once I've done the 3-step concept covering level 1 and level 2 of the speech clarity improvement system, automatically it's going to become crystal clear and without any friction, comfortably I'll be able to speak this. So let's try this. Everyone, you also have to try this. She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 Now let's start with the activity. 2 fingers for this, index and center finger together. Everyone on your chin. Stretch. 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th time, hold it for 5 seconds. And you can use your other hand to cover your mouth. And release. Step 2, my dear friends. Mouth opening, upwards and downwards, and also sidewards. By the way, these are jaw locks here, which keep the upper jaw and the lower jaw connected. It's always the lower jaw which moves when we're eating or when we're speaking. So this is all about conditioning and relaxing these jaw locks. These are also cartilage muscles, we call it. So they get tensed here. So with the result, we're not able to shape up our words properly. And I'll give you an example of it slightly later on when we are conducting this module. So now, up and sideways. So I'll do this once again. Up and down, and then stretch. It's called mouth burst, okay? 5 seconds hold, step 2. Get your hand ready. And release. Second time. And release. Third time, the tongue also comes out. And release. This was step 2. My dear friends, we're moving into level 2 now. Step 3. This area around the lips, if this becomes stiff, then we are not able to shape the words. The sound which comes out is not clear. So we need to make sure that this area stays light and relaxed as well. And also we need to move the tongue muscle because that's what we need. That's on what we compress our sound here. And if that is not moving correctly, the tongue is not moving prim and proper, then the speech clarity goes for a toss. So also let's start the step 3. Tongue rotation we call it. Five times one side, the other side now. A tongue. A sip of water, everyone. fans? She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 See, we are able to shape it out.
She sells seashells
One more time, you're going to do this.
She sells
The more you do this,
on the
it will
seashore.
open up. You'll get relaxed, and the more you practice it, my dear friends, obviously when you speak clearly, people want to listen. People want to understand you. People want to respond to you. But if you're not speaking clearly, then obviously they will not, the mumble, fumble, jumble will happen, will happen. So it's essential that you do this activity. I will help you to practice this activity once again, and post that you will relate and realize that it's so important. And every day of our life, we are verbalizing, we are talking through our mouth. So it's essential to do this activity once a week to open up these jaw locks so that we can speak clearly. Also before interviews, presentations, any kind of effective meetings, impactful meetings, you're going to do this activity and help yourself to speak clearly so that you can impress and impact people as your audience. Let's do this once again. 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 5 seconds and release. Upwards, downwards, and sidewards. And release. Again, second time. Third time, tongue out. Step 3, rotation. Other side. Sip of water. Husbands. She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 It's so comfortable now for each one of you to speak clearly because now your diction has been cleansed. And that's how you're going to be able to impress and impact and influence people. So please do practice this once a week at least so that we can open up these jaw locks, open up the speaking system, the sound system which we have, and that's how you'll be able to take your journey to the next level. Okay, with that said, moving on to our next module. And that's the pleasant face activation system with thought conditioning, level 1 and level 2. And this is one of my favorite modules. And Anika ma'am, if I go beyond 10 minutes, please do raise your hand so that I understand that we cannot invest too much time here for the fact that this is an important module. Okay, let's start. Now, our resting face, like I told you, we don't know what that is. It's just there. And that's what we are representing ourselves with to others. And if it is sad, serious, stressed, we become like a people repellent. We repel people away. If it is pleasant, then automatically people want to associate with us, people want to connect with us, people want to listen to us, participate with us. It's quite an ominous situation. So with that said, let's understand what happens with us on an everyday basis. So like I've said in the workshop as well, that we maintain this serious phase for 10 hours out of the 12 waking hours. We need to reverse this. We need to make the pleasant phase for 10 hours and 2 hours. Yes, we need the serious phase as well to be a dynamic leader. So let's start with the serious phase conditioning first. Everyone, eyebrows slightly down. And now, within 5 seconds, what happens? everything in my body becomes strained. Everything in my body will become strained with the serious face. My breathing, in some time you will see that's going to create a sound. You'll be able to hear your sound of breathing with the serious face. Now, I want to think some good thoughts. They will not come to me. Try everybody once again. We've experienced this module earlier. Try once again. With the serious face, try to think of a good thought. Try as much as you cannot think of a good thought. Even if you do, you'll say, still it's okay. We're going to this Michelin star restaurant to eat food. See? The way I spoke that with the serious face. You know what, Anika? We are going to this Michelin star restaurant to eat food. Anika said, that means that place is not good. I don't know why we're going there. Because I used my serious face there. Okay? Thinking of a good thought, it's going to be a good place. It's not coming. Feeling good. I can't feel good now. I've got everything in my life. I've got my family. I got the dough in the bank. I got good cars. I got a good role, good position. But I'm not feeling good. I don't know why. Why only look at the negatives every time? People don't know that. Because of your serious face. You're only looking at the negatives. My attitude. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to, that person did not treat me well. My ego is like boosted to another level. It's inflated. Beyond my control. That person did this to me, I will do the same to him. That person spoke ill of me, I'm also going to speak ill of him. That person I'm never forgiving. This is what your nature and temperament becomes with the serious face. And just let me get this back. Oh my God. It's a terrible place to be in. I'm sorry. Most of you are already here. I'm going to change that all. Alright, my dear friends. Now let's get into this activity where your neutral face needs to become pleasant. Okay? How do we get there? So everyone, eyebrows up. Big popping eyes. Very good. And a stretch smile. The first time, we are going to use these clean fingertips to stretch our smile, our cheeks back to the ears. Try to open this up. And we do this, we maintain this for 5 seconds. And release. And you'll start to see my face automatically will change. My resting face, your resting face will change automatically. Every morning you have to do this. Step 2, let's go. Eyebrows up, big popping eyes. And stretch smile. This time I'm going to use a little bit of my palms to stretch it back, to get rid of this seriousness of my face, this tension, this turmoil on my face. I need to remove this and release. See, can you feel this on your face, that there's something like it's been lifted, some stress, some tension has been lifted off your face. Even my face, you'll find, oh my God, it started to feel pleasant now. Okay, it started to come across as you want to talk to this person. Step 3, again we repeat this. Eyebrows up, big popping eyes. And you're going to use the knuckles now to stretch this smile comfortably to the ears. And while maintaining the popping eyes and the eyebrows raised. Now release. See, I can see the difference on my face in just 3 steps. My face is looking, I know it's looking wow. Let's move on to level 2 of this and add much more value to our face, my dear friends. And for that, I'll have to just take off my spectacles, because we are going to talk about something called happy eyes. Okay, so everyone, please show me the index finger and the thumb. And we would request you, if it is clean, if you're not wearing contacts, so please make sure then only you do this activity. If you're wearing contacts, your fingertips are not clean, not to do this activity. Just watch it for today. Everyone, lift up from your forefingers and stretch down from your thumbs. And keep blinking your eyes comfortably. Keep on blinking your eyes comfortably. Okay? Hold this for 5-7 seconds and release. You'll find these eyes have become, my God, there's so much of stress and strain which has been removed from these eyes. Can you feel it? Everyone, if you can, just show me a thumbs up. And that's the power, okay? Second time you're going to do this again. Lift and keep blinking. The muscles of our eyes are being stretched, my dear friends, which you need as it is on everyday basis. Because we are going through this digital experience a lot. 5 to 7 hours digital screens in front of us. And release. Once again, you're going to do this. Eyebrows up and start to lift up through the index fingers and stretch down from the thumb comfortably. And a little bit of a knuckle press. Now, can I feel my eyes to be happy? Everyone, you got to feel your eyes to be happy. Can you feel your eyes to be happy? Because I want to look at happy eyes. I'm just lowering down my screen. Are you able to see these happy eyes in yourself? Can you feel these happy eyes? Well, this is what the power is all about. Our eyes is where people watch. Because our eyes are considered a window to the soul. And if we got happy eyes, now when we talk to people, now it's true pleasantness coming out of me. Now when you talk, people look at your eyes, they believe you more. Otherwise you'll find sad, serious, tensed eyes mostly. And now this activity is not just for the happy eyes, because this is something you got to do every day because of the digital time you spend on devices. So it's important to work on your eye muscles as well. Relax them a bit. My eyes are still feeling relaxed. And my face is seemingly pleasant, much more pleasant. My resting face has become pleasant automatically. And now, my dear friends, with this happy eyes, pleasant face, negative thought, come to me, please. Please come at least come and knock here. The negative thought is far, far away. It cannot enter. Try thinking of negative thoughts now. You say bye-bye to them now. Happy eyes, pleasant face, negative thoughts nowhere near. Serious thoughts, gone. Now everything you're able to think clearly. Now this is the person who's ready to grow. This is a person now looks at the good in life. Happy eyes, pleasant, feeling good. My breathing is so relaxed. There's this vibrance in my body now. There's no strain in my body. And I look at things now, oh, I know that's missing. That's a problem. Oh, that's a big challenge. I'm not growing even. But now as like this person, the way I become now, I can be assertive. I can be pleasant about things. I will look at so many good things happening in my life. I'm living with my family. So what if there's a discord, but I'm still living with them? I'm having a good job. I have a coaching practice. I'm an entrepreneur. My God, I'm a valuable person to myself now. And if I value myself, people will value me. If I take myself for granted, people will take me for granted. If I'm an unhappy person, people will make me feel unhappy. And this is the power of you, my dear friends. Vidya, how are you? Please, yeah, okay. Hi Vidya, how are you? Okay, we can't hear you. But now you see my tone has changed. It's become vibrant.
Sorry, my mic is here.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. I'm enjoying the session.
Thank you very much. I hope you're learning. Implementational learning is what we ensure. Are you going to put this to practice? Because you see,
Sure.
we just have got one life. And somehow, life starts to lead us. Rather, we, as intelligent beings, we should be leading life. But somehow our environments start to dictate to us and we become a victim of the environments and start to lead this life, which is like, oh my God, what kind of life am I leading. So this is the secret which you need to put on to yourself, whatever times you're going through. This is the person who's going to grow. This is the person people want to connect with. Hello Vidya, how are you? The response will not be apt. Hello Vidya, how are you? The response will be done. This phase, I want to go and meet people. I want to go and build my network. I want to go and say hi to people. This phase, hello, I don't want to go. Why should I go? Nothing happens with this. What network? Nobody grows through network. Everything you put into the negative. This phase, this is what is. This is how you lead life. But also you need this phase because you cannot be taken for granted with the pleasantness. So you need, as a leader, my dear friends, the results have not come in. This is not tolerable. But you see, surface level seriousness. Internally, I'm blissful. What happens otherwise? The tense phase, they start feeling the anger inside. And there's this saying that anger is a punishment you give to yourself for somebody else's mistake. So come on, my dear friends, this is how you lead life. Okay? Alright. Everybody liked it? Loved it? Adored it? Will put it to practice? With that assurance, I'm now enabling myself in totality. When these hands come in unison, my God, I'm so self-assured. I want to now grow big, and I will. That's the power of you now, you utilizing. Moving on to our next module, my dear friends. Alright, so may I request Mr. Viren Datta to take up this module, one of the most important modules. Viren sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, sir, for getting that wonderful module done. I can already see a lot of pleasantness on everyone's face here. And let's quickly use this time to move on to the next module, which is the neuromuscular speech activation and coordination system. Now, this module talks about your body language. All of the languages that you know at this point, how have you learned them? Whether that's Hindi, English, other Indian languages, by speaking, by learning about them. But with body language, what happens is, no schools teach us about body language, right? So what we end up doing is whatever our instincts guide us to do. And I think this is where this module is really going to help you build that rhythm. Now, most of the things that we do in life, there's a rhythm involved, whether that's brushing your teeth. Try brushing your teeth with your left hand and you'll realize it does not have that rhythm. Same with body language. So when we speak, we use something called neuromuscular speech-eye coordination. Neuro would be your thoughts, muscular is your body language, speech is obviously what you're speaking, and your eye coordination. Now if that coordination is missing, the effectiveness of what you're saying is going to go down. So this is a module wherein you're going to learn how to coordinate and how to build that rhythm with what you're speaking. So for this module, what I want you to do is, everyone, let's use our clasped hands position. Now the clasped hand position is where you park your hands. When you're not doing anything with your expressive hands, that's where you go here. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do first slowly, and then we're going to do a fast version of it. So everyone, clasped hand position, a pleasant face of course, and now, first repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a clasp hand again. Now the reason why we're using 1 to 5 and then 6 to 10 is because typically in a sentence we speak 5 to 7 words per sentence. So what we want you to do is, we want you to start your sentences with the clasp hand position and then close your sentences again with the clasp hand position. And why we do that is because we're letting the audience know that this is how we start, this is where we end. We're giving a visual cue to the audience. Let's do it once more, but you want to make sure that the gestures are not loose. You see, this does not have the same impact as this. So you want to make sure that your gestures are well defined. Alright, let's go back to the clasp hand position, and we're going to start slowly, and then we're going to move on to the fast pace. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clasp. Excellent. Now let's do it in a faster pace, and I want you to focus on building a rhythm with your hands and your speech as well. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clasp. Let's do it once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clasp. Excellent. Now initially, you're going to need a lot of thought, a lot of conscious effort to build that rhythm. But after a point of time, once you've practiced this module on a daily basis, what you'll see, what you'll notice is that the gestures are going to come in automatically. Like in my case, I don't have to think before I use my gestures because it's become a part of my muscle memory. But until it becomes a part of your muscle memory, you have to practice this module on a daily basis. Alright, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Virusa, for this amazing module. My dear friends, quickly, let's revise this module once again so that we can ingrain this in our mindset, because this is how you will see that your thoughts to words start to flow comfortably. You know, we have thoughts, we need to convert them into words, and this way, we will do that comfortably. So once again, quickly, let's practice this. Clasp hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clasp. The second time, faster with rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clasp. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clasp. Okay, I'm going to lower the screen now, and I want you to practice this. And this is one of the most important modules, my dear friends. Everyone, please start to practice this and show us. And may I request my team to look at all the screens to ensure everybody is doing it well. Let's get this started, everybody. And this is a repeat loop till we ask you to stop. Keep doing it. First time, slow, till the 10. And then second time, 1, 2. Second time is slightly faster. Let's build the rhythm. Let's go, Sanjay ji. Mr. Sanjay Ghosh. Let's go, Ramesh Kumar ji. That's very good, K2.
5, class. 5,
Phenomenal,
4,
Yeshu ji.
3, 2, 1, class.
Very good, Veer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, class. 6, 7,
Wonderful.
8, 9, 10.
Mr. Nikhil, go ahead, go ahead. Practice, practice,
1,
practice.
2, 3,
And please speak 1, 2, 3, 4.
5,
Like Viru
6,
said. We
class.
have 3 to 7 words, so we've created an average here that you open your
5,
sentence
4,
with your hands and then
3,
close
2,
it
1,
with your
class.
hands as well while you're speaking. And this is a
1,
practice
2,
that you
3,
do.
4,
95%
5,
of your
class.
personality operates through the
5,
subconscious.
4,
So the more you
3,
practice,
2,
the
1,
better you
class.
become at using this. Let's go, Regin. Mr. Deepak, go for it, go for it. Mr. Ramachandra, go for it. Practice, practice, practice.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Mr. Jason, that's very good. Very good, Sriram.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Request Tarun, Swastika, Ankita to please switch on your cameras, my dear friends.
9, 10,
Why do you want to lose out?
1, 2, 3,
Nirav Patel.
5, 6, 7, last.
Ananya, Mukhodup, please open up your cams, please. Request you all.
4, 3,
Not the right way to participate with Sanjeev Datta and the founders team. Please value yourself and switch on your cams. Usha ji, Raju, Didisha, Satya, few of you. I mean, I don't know why. I can understand sometimes people are traveling, sometimes even they're in hospital. If you have an emergency, something, please be courteous enough to send in a message of courtesy. Otherwise, my team will put you in the waiting rooms. Don't want that for that said, thank you so much everyone. Let's move ourselves into the next module. Okay, so next one is complete the poll for your certification. Okay, just let me quickly run this through. 2 minutes is what we have, my dear friends here. So everybody of you, please fill this out for the right name on the certificate. Also within this, if you are interested to have your child participate, the one who's going to school, if you want them to participate, all of you who are part of the masterclass, the CEO of Life Masterclass, you'll be getting a complimentary session to participate in Anika Datta's session and Veer Datta's session for your child, teenager to participate and take their journey forward. You can also just click on the yes, and if you are not interested, then to click on the no, so that we are aware whom to invite, whom to give this complimentary concept to, because it's in the childhood that the personality starts to shape up, and that's where if it is shaped up, the child becomes super duper. So if you're interested, you can just participate in a complimentary workshop to help yourself take your life to the next level. Otherwise, just fill up your name on the certificate, age, your details, and so that we can put your name, the right name on the certificate. Please go for it quickly. You just have 2 minutes on this. Children, okay. Now the important thing with children is, you see, we are investing so much on their education. Academically, we want them to be excellent. But let's say if the focus is a child will always have problems with memory, retention, will always get distracted, will get disinterested quite soon, will delay things. So this is personality education. This is what we started. We worked 10 years of our life there initially, and now in 23 years we're working in so many schools with our curriculums as well. So it is important for you to understand this journey of the child. The personality needs to be shaped up for sure. So get it done from wherever, but it's essential for each and every one of you to understand. Just by merely, if the child speaks good English, that's not what it is. It's the way the child thinks, it's the way the child feels, the emotions management, regulation, the energy in the child, all those concepts you have to learn to mend now as a parent. That's what I'd like to give you as an advice. So get it done from wherever, but if you want them to participate with the masters or what we've been doing, yes, then you can. Alright, time for us to end the poll, my dear friends. And anyone who's left, to please send in their details in the chat. I'll quickly close this now. Going forward. Alright, so this is an amazing module coming your way. It's called self-introspection and reflection. Are you a worker or are you a performer? Which category do you fall in is what you're going to realize. Worker also works quite hard, performer also works quite hard. Worker is also talented, performer is also talented. Good experience levels everybody has. They're both intelligent. But a worker keeps working hard, and a performer works hard but also performs to take their journey to the next level. So this is the secret which we're going to unveil in front of you. What are the pains of just being a worker, and what are the gains of converting yourself into a performer is what this module is all about. I request Veer Datta to take this module as it's his expertise to take up on this and do a lot of training in terms of peak performance enablement through this level 1 module. So Veer, over to you.
Absolutely. Alright, so I've lived in the UK, I've obviously lived in India, and currently my wife and I, we're based out of Canada, which is where we're heading the global branch of Sanjeev Datta Personality School from. And this is something that we've noticed across the board, which is why I want to bring your attention to 2 very different approaches to professional life. One that limits growth and one that unlocks massive potential. So here we have 2 sides, one's the worker side and the other is the performer side. For every point that we will be discussing right now, I want you to kind of focus on which side do I belong on, right? So let's start. A worker does only routine work, follows directions, avoids risks, So if you're someone who will wait to be told what to do and lack initiative, and you're only following the checklist, completing your hours, and only doing the work that is assigned to you, I'm sorry to say that the promotion is going to go to someone else. And this is where a performer, they take initiative, they innovate, and adapt to challenges. They're always ready for different and difficult work. Why? Because they see change as a path to grow. These are people that always bring in new ideas, they solve problems, they're going the extra mile. What they're doing is they're identifying gaps and they're offering ideas. In meetings, they won't stay silent. They would voice out their opinions, give solutions. Next point. A worker doesn't know how to showcase their work and avoids networking. The biggest mistake one can make. Workers, they think networking is politics. But what they fail to realize is that relationships build opportunities. They stay in their bubble, stay in their team, and avoid networking. Which is why they never build relationships beyond their team. Now, the second part of the same point is that we fail to showcase our work. We are all hard workers, I know that. But if you're unable to represent that hard work in the best possible manner, who's losing? So don't think that my work should speak for itself, because that's not how it works. You need to start documenting your wins, share your results. Otherwise, your value remains invisible. And a performer, however, they showcase their hard work and build strong growth network. What they're doing is they're turning results into recognition. They're tracking their wins, they're sending summaries, showcasing their progress regularly. At the same time, they work as well as build a growth network. They build connections with intention. They understand that growth happens through people and not performance. They will build rapport with leaders across teams as well. So go to conferences, send that request on LinkedIn, ask for mentorship, and help others rise too. That's why we like to say your network is your net worth. Next point. Workers, they invest in informational and economical learning and improvement. They will consume knowledge, like they'll watch a lot of YouTube videos, but they don't apply. They don't go deep into coaching or mentorship. So just by watching content on YouTube, you're not applying it. That information stays within your head. So don't do that. And I think this is where a performer, they really know how to tie everything together. They invest in implementational learning with the best experts. And why are they doing that? They invest for speed. Instead of spending months trying to figure things out, they hire coaches to shortcut years of trial and error. They pay for result-driven learning. Next point. A worker just wants to look after themselves. They will only focus on their job role. There is no team collaboration, no going beyond. Only focused on themselves and their role. The thing about that is leadership roles are not just about getting your job done. It's about making sure everyone else gets their job done. And performers, they develop their director, coach, leader personality. They're not just doing, they're becoming. They're thinking like a leader before having the title. So start mentoring juniors right now. Step up when needed and take ownership. And everything that we spoke about in the performer category can be a learned skill. If you haven't been doing it this way, there's obviously a learning curve that you have to go through, but you can learn these skills. So ask yourself, which side do I live on today? And what would happen to your career if you start living on the performer side of things? Over to you, sir. Sir, you're on mute.
Thank you, Viram sir. Thank you very much for explaining this so beautifully. The idea is to convert ourselves into a performer if we want to grow as an entrepreneur, if we want to grow as a working professional, if we want to grow as a coach. Otherwise, as a worker, we're just merely working hard. organization, you will see that there's only scope for few people to grow ahead. And like I said, only the top 20% people grow in any corporate company, in any coaching business, and as entrepreneurs as well. There's so much business happening. But you see, top 20% always take on the mantle, take on the initiative to create growth for the entire team. And that's what you need to be on the performer side. You need to be in the category of the performer. Now, this is your understanding of how you need to put yourself to practice to ensure that you become a performer, and then only growth comes your way. So let's move on to our next module, which is a gain of essence, which is an awareness, self-awareness and realization module. We hear a lot of office politics, we hear a lot of toxicity in the environments, we hear a lot of issues, a lot of HR and L&D team members, they contact us and they say that few people in the organization, they're creating chaos, few of them, they're so sad, they're so serious, they're always talking negatively. So what can we do about them? And the first thing which we tell them is that this is a level 1 base building training for each one of you to understand that I hope you are not one of them. And office politics is part and parcel of life. You cannot sidestep it. You have to endure. You have to go through it. So how do you do that? Step 1. The base building step of your personality is the self-realization of the 4 signs that you are being toxic to yourself. For that reason, you amplify what is going on in your environment and you create a victim mentality and mindset for yourself. So may I request you to understand what are these 4 signs that you go through in terms of being toxic to yourself, because that's the problem what we need to first relate with, get ourselves out with, and then deal with the external situation. So let's go with it with Anika ma'am. She's an expert, she's a psychologist on this, and she'll be able to explain this to help you all relate and realize that where are you going wrong terribly.
Absolutely, happy to, and very well said, sir. Because before we talk about how to lead other people, we first need to figure out and notice how we're treating ourselves. You can either be your biggest supporter or you can be your biggest blocker, your biggest enemy. So this module is for you all to check, are you unknowingly being toxic to yourself? So listen to these signs carefully. For each question you need to ask yourself, yes, no, or maybe, right? Let's start with the first one, overthinking and dwelling on negative experiences. This is for people that tend to replay their past mistakes, failures, bad conversations that they had, embarrassing moments that they perhaps did on loop in their own heads. Maybe there's a meeting where you stumbled, you got feedback that you didn't like, an opportunity that got missed out from you, and you keep carrying it with yourself for hours and days and even weeks. What is that doing to you ultimately? It's draining your energy, it's ruining your mood, your confidence, and there's nothing that's coming off it. So, are you stuck in that habit? Yes, no, or maybe? Please send it to us in the chat. This is for you to realize and be aware of, right? Now let's come to number 2, limiting yourself with labels. Now this can sound like, I haven't tried it before, so it's not possible for me to do it. Or because I failed before, it'll be too difficult for me, so that means I'm not even going to try. There's so many other labels that we give ourselves, like, oh, I'm not good at public speaking, so that way you don't volunteer for any activities. I'm not tech savvy, so then you don't learn new tools, you don't learn about AI. I can't lead teams. You're always telling yourself these things, and these labels stick, even if they're outdated, even if they're untrue. Maybe you tried presenting once, it didn't go well, and now it's a couple of years later, and you still tell yourself, I can't present, I'm not a good presenter. So you avoid those chances to grow. Do you catch yourself doing this? Yes, no, or maybe? Please send it to me. Number 3 is lack of confidence, hesitation, and overly concerning yourselves with others' opinions. You have the ideas, you know the answer, but you hold back. That means you're not asking questions, you're not sharing your thoughts, you're not taking initiative out of the fear of being wrong or being judged by other people. Overly concerning yourself with other people's opinions also means that you're unable to say no. You're unable to set healthy boundaries with people. You know, maybe in meetings you shy away from saying your point and somebody else says it and they get the credit, they get the spotlight. Are you hesitating like this? Yes, no, or maybe. Coming to the last one, which is succumbing to fears. So fears can be anything: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. All of these fears control us, they hold us back. And when they do that, you start to settle for less. You don't take risks, whether it's changing your job, eyeing a new role, you know, all of these things you don't do. That means you're stopping yourself from growing. Maybe you wanted to apply for a new role, pitch your idea, but the fear of, oh, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? All of these thoughts stopped you from even taking the first step. So, are your fears calling the shots? Yes, no, or maybe? Please send it to me in the chat. Ultimately, let's be honest, we all do all of these. But the point is not to feel worse, it's to notice. If you said yes or maybe to any of these four, good, that's self-awareness, okay? The next step now is to shift from being a warrior to being a warrior. From being your own worst critic to being your own coach, right? Because a warrior cannot lead themselves, but definitely a warrior can. So lead yourself first, and then that's how you lead other people. That's how you deal with office politics as well. All right, sir, that's back to you.
Thank you, Anika, for explaining this amazingly well. My dear friends, overthinking is a problem with a lot of intelligent people. So, if you're overthinking on something, come on, write down, because you're missing out on opportunities which we're overthinking a lot. And then fears, 90% of fears actually don't exist. They're only in our own imagination. Can you believe that? 90% of the fears we think of are only a part of our imagination. They are actually not going to happen to us. But yet we are fearful. So this is the worst kind of situation, and that's where you become a worrier in your life. You keep worrying, and then you get habituated with it, and with the result, what happens? You create your own downfall within you, in spite of the fact that you're an intelligent person. You get yourself into the comfort zone, and you're not able to break free from that loop, and then you start to procrastinate. And how will progress happen? Although you're talented, you're hardworking, what's missing in you? So you need to develop yourself into this coach leader personality. You can direct yourself to the next level of space. Lead yourself first and then lead others. That's what director thought leader coaches do, and that's what you need to do in order for you to grow in your life. And this realization is an important realization. I had this, oh, we can't grow into a unicorn company. This passive label was there because I come from a middle class family. We can't become a unicorn company. Just in my head. But the moment I lost that, once I realized that, why am I having this passive label? And that's how I changed everything. So realize what passive labels are you going through. I can't, I'm not capable, it's difficult. All in the head. Somebody else from a middle class family has made a unicorn company. Why can't I do it? I'm also talented. So that's what you need to relate. And that's when you do, you will grow as a person. Alright. Moving on to one of my favorite module, my dear friends. Just 2 minutes into this is what and you will change your life with this particular module if you follow it. Alright. So this is the Sea of Life Daily Practice Strengths monologue which I'm giving you. And this comes through our theatrical action method, which is going to help you to feel empowered every day you practice this concept. So a sea of life thinks with surety. Well, you'll ask me, what is thinking with surety? A sea of an organization, let's say, if they want to double up their turnover from 50 crores to, let's say, 5 crores, they cannot have doubtful thinking, it's not possible, it's difficult, we'll not be able to do it. They think with surety. That we are going to do it, how is another way of, you're going to find the way. But they start to think about things with surety. All the businessmen, all the entrepreneurs like you all out there, they think with surety that I'm going to make a success of this business. That's how they start and invest so much money into the business. Otherwise, if you start to doubt your capacity, capability, write it let's say you're going for an interview and you start to think, oh no, I will not get through, it's not very difficult, what I don't know what all they're going to ask me. So you doubted yourself right at the beginning, and that is what you're going to go and pour there in front of the interviewer. So it's important to think with surety. Number two, a sea of life speaks with surety, which means Vidya Sagar is presenting in front of a panel, internal panel. She's making a presentation. And the panelist asks, Vidya, are you sure about it? And Vidya says, I am very sure about it. Now 10 questions coming to Vidya because she showcased that I'm not sure. Okay. So speaking with surety is another concept. But the same panelist asks Vidya, Vidya, are you sure about it? And Vidya says, absolutely, I'm sure about this. Then they'll say, what question to ask because she's sure about things. That's your confidence. That's your speaking with surety. You don't have it, you're in trouble. Last but not the least, a sea of life demonstrates with surety. Their action taking, their executional excellence is solid. They understand, intelligent people, they understand but they don't act. So their demonstrative personality is solid. And whatever they say and do, they demonstrate with surety. And that's how action taking happens. That's how, the executional excellence happens through the executive presence. Otherwise what? People who demonstrate their body language lazy, you're not going to follow them at all. So let's do this mantra, let's do this strengths monologue, which I practice as well to help myself grow a lot in terms of my business. So it is, everyone with me, class hands. A sea of life thinks with surety. Class hands again. A sea of life speaks with surety. A sea of life demonstrates with surety. And I am a CEO of life. Hold for 2 seconds. Bring back. Once again. Let's do this once again. A sea of life thinks with surety. A sea of life speaks with surety. A sea of life demonstrates with surety. I am a CEO of my life. And class. And this is how you will feel strong. This is how you will ensure success for yourself, because you are the CEO of your life. And that's what is the essence of growth. You have to take charge of your life. Who else is in charge of your life? You. So you've got to be the CEO. You cannot be just a manager of your life. People make this terrible mistake, and I feel hurt to say this, that 58% of the people, they expect others to help them grow. They want their managers, their bosses to help them to grow. They will pull us up. Well, what a mistake you're making. You are the CEO of your life. Don't just manage your life as a manager. Become the CEO of your life to grow in your life. You are responsible and you've got to take ownership. For like an entrepreneur does, the founder does for the business, you got to take that ownership for yourself, for your life to grow. Otherwise, who else is coming? Nobody else. Well, that's an understanding for each one of you. My dear friends, time for you to now put yourself to practice. How and what did you like about the class? What's your learning outcome? Which has been your best module, which you're going to use in your everyday life? I'll quickly revise these modules in front of you. We started with the positive gestures of life, which we're going to use on an everyday basis. Switch on the pleasant face. Initiative and the class plan. That's what we did at the first part, which you're going to do every day. And all the modules which I've given you, these are everyday modules which you're going to use in your day-to-day life for the rest of your life to better your capacity and caliber. Step 2 was the focus. The head, nose, chin, cheek, ear, neck, shoulder. And we've given you this activity. We'll revise that tomorrow as well to help you to build that solid focus and determination and discipline in you and dedication in you so that you can quash away all distractions and delays and disinterest of your life and take your life forward. Number three, the speech clarity. This person is beautiful versus this person is beautiful. Which one did you like? With clarity, with proper diction, the beautiful ones
This
become
person is
beautiful.
beautiful.
It should come across as what you mean it. Not, oh, this person is beautiful. Nobody will listen to you. This person is beautiful. So exactly this is what is the module which we provided you with. And then was the pleasant face, which is my personal favorite. It's a secret which I want to share under my mission to make India confident with literally everybody. So, and please do share it with others also. And it'll be great that you can also make this world a happy and a pleasant place to be able to live, especially in your colleagues, social circles, and in your family as well. So please make sure that this is not just for you, but for everybody else as well out there. It changes your perspective, it changes your perception, it changes your reality of life, and that's how you grow. Moving ahead to the neuromuscular speech coordination, 3 to 7 words per sentence is what we have. If we start to use our hands, the gestures, if we can build the rhythm of it, then we can become eloquent speakers. And that's what is the need of the hour. That you need to learn how to showcase your work, represent yourself well with your personality, and that's what we have given you, the neuro, the speech, and the hand with the eye coordination is something which you all need. So please do practice this module so that you can get your thoughts to be converted into words comfortably. Then came the worker or the performer. Who are you? Everybody works hard. Both sides of the coin, performer, worker, everybody works hard. Which one are you? Develop a strategy for your growth. Don't just be in the worker side of it, breaking stones from morning to evening. Do that. That's part of the performer as well. But showcase that. Build a network. Take yourself to the next level. Moving ahead was the toxicity, self-toxicity module, which is important because we are intelligent people. And we start to overthink on things, and that's where we lose everything. Okay, our decisions go in array, and we start to sort of self-destruct ourselves with this intelligence of ours. So put it to the right perspective by thinking bright. Past, that's a regressive thing. What happened there, it doesn't hold any value. We have to learn our lessons, that's it. So get rid of these 4 toxic modules, and I told you 90% of the fears exist in our imagination. They're not going to touch base with us. So get going, get moving. Stop being a warrior, get into becoming a warrior, and then you can fend in terms of what happens externally in your office comfortably. Because if you are a victim mindset oriented person, then people are going to take advantage, people are going to suppress you more. So these toxicities you need to lose so that you can be effective and you can be taken as a person of value out there and not as a victim. And then the sea of life concept, that is speak with surety, think with surety, and demonstrate with surety. So thank you everyone. Please send me in the comment. We're going to run through Anika Veeram sir and me. Everybody, this is what our earning is. This is what we run through with every day so that we can understand what was your learning outcomes and how you're going to implement it. So please send in the chat. And thank you so much everybody for doing that as well. All right, moving into my dear friends, we do a lot of celebrity podcasts, a lot of secrets we unlock of how they become so great. We are all born ordinary, right? But how is it that these people become such great orators, such fantastic personalities and great personalities that we look up to them as celebrities? So here is where I do a lot of celebrity podcasts where you can connect with us on the Personality Rich Official in terms of the Instagram, Sanjeev Datta Personality School in terms of the YouTube, and on LinkedIn directly with me, Sanjeev Datta, so that we can get to understand about whatever content we are posting out there. You are now be able to relate to it better because you're already connected with us. So it will be for everyone's benefit. So I'm going to give you about a minute's time here to participate on all these concepts so that everybody, whatever now we post there, Anika ma'am's post a lot of concepts in terms of how to speak with your stakeholders, how to create a 40% appraisal. All those will be experiential learnings where our director, thought leader, coaches, students who are there, clients who are there, they also talk a lot about business, how situations can be handled. Everything is what we do here. So it's your choice to be able to take up this and help yourself to create progress to the next level of play. I'm just going to load up the screen now. Well, like I said, 2 hours gone. hours plus 10 minutes, 12 minutes. All right. And it's time for the yo is how we close our session. We'll see you tomorrow, sharp 8:30. Please don't be late. I know we get tired working hard, but please start to put this to practice your entire learning from tomorrow only. Do not say I'll do it after 3 days. No. What you've learned, you need to implement. So please practice it from tomorrow and be interesting enough to do the yo. Whether you're a kindergarten student or you're a politician CM, we train them all, and that's how we end our sessions. Good night, everyone. God bless you, and take good care of yourself. Be sure that you are a performer from tomorrow morning to take your life and others towards growth and prosperity. Good night, and God bless. Bye-bye. Thank you, Viren. Thank you, Anika.